All right. Well, thank you for coming and being with us for a few minutes.
Yes,
And
sir.
we were not too long ago. We did a little Zoom video and got an interview there.
Right.
And so we're at the National Quartet Convention, and we always say, laid back, almost like a vacation. No, nobody's rushing doing anything. It's just really laid back. And of course, now the weather. It's been a little crazy this week. But we want our audience to get to know these artists. It's not just somebody that's singing a song. They're real people dealing with real things. So we want you to kind of introduce yourself to our audience a little bit and tell something about, maybe something unique about you, and let our audience get to know you.
My name's Jonathan Wilburn. I've been singing most of my life, probably over the last 40 years. And God's blessed me greatly with a beautiful wife for the last 39 years. And I have 2 children and 4 beautiful grandchildren. I live in Gadsden, Alabama. I sang with my family for about 16 years and then moved in 1996 to Gadsden to sing with Gold City. I stayed there for 12 years as their lead singer. And most of that tenure was spent with myself, Jay Perrick, Mark Trammell, and Tim Riley. I was thinking about possibly moving back to Carthage, Tennessee, where I was born and raised, but we had grandchildren.
Yep.
And there's a reason they're called grand.
That's it.
And so now I have a home there in Gadsden, and my mother-in-law lives down in that area with us, and just enjoying life. But it seems like lately that my singing has really taken another leap forward, and I've been more busy in the last year than I've ever been in my life.
Wow.
And so I just thank God for His blessing, His favor, and allowing me to sing gospel music. And I tell you, as I get older, I'd rather be at home on my tractor, just to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But God continues to bless, and I gave Him my talent many years ago, and I told Him I'd use it as long as He gave me the breath to do it.
Yeah.
And a place to go.
There you go.
And He continues to do both, so I'm going to keep singing.
Well, so far we're glad you're continuing to going, but I can appreciate getting on that tractor.
Yeah,
and
man.
Sitting there and,
I've got a few acres down there, and I've got a little Kubota tractor that I love getting out in the woods and cleaning up my land and things like that.
Well, now where you're at shouldn't be as much as where we're at. We may be doing a little more cleanup after the storm comes through.
Oh, where?
So we're in LaGrange, Georgia. So
Okay.
we're on the Georgia side, and so hopefully
Maybe to slow down a little bit
slow
before it
down
gets
a little
there.
bit, but there's a few trees I wish you'd go ahead and take out, so I don't have to
There you
bring
go.
them down myself. But we definitely have some cleaning. So thank you again for the years that you're putting in and allowing God to be able to use you. I like to always ask questions around, as you're putting together what you're going to sing, whether it's on an album or in a concert or in a church, kind of what your mindset is. What are you looking for as you try to put some of those?
Well, it
together?
depends on the length of, if I'm at a church and it's more of a ministry setting and the pastor says, well, you've got the whole hour or whatever, that's a different setting. So, there's a different mindset of what you're going to sing. That can be more of a, just get a feel and go with it. We're here at Quartet Convention. I have 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I just try to pick what I feel that the people have heard on the radio, maybe, and then I'll usually throw one in there that just is a little different than what they've been hearing. And so it just depends on the situation and what the Spirit's leading.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I know. I'm sure there's you got to sing this one type thing.
There's a lot of fans that come and they'll request songs, and I do my very best to get every request in. That was a stickler. Tim Riley taught me that. He said, if your fans have, made the effort to be there and they're there because they love a certain song, sing it. Sing it for them. And that's
a lot of times it's because it means something.
sure,
something that's
absolutely.
So, and I know we mentioned this our last one. Our target audience of our station and network is that younger generation. That's who we're going
Awesome.
after. And we are seeing their energy toward the music and toward what we're doing, because again, it's new to them.
Sure.
They're definitely younger, and so what is amazing that we're seeing is that this generation they're on all that social media, they're on all
Right.
their phones, and they're coming to the conclusion it's all fake. They're all lying to us. It doesn't, it's not real. We know you can manipulate this, that, and the other. So when they're hearing something that's real,
Yes.
it is catching their attention. And so, what are some of the songs that you feel like that's part of that your fans are asking over and over again? What are some of those songs that you
Well,
like make a
my
difference?
honestly, my latest single, "Wings of a Dove," they're absolutely, every night. Are you going to sing "Wings of a Dove"? I heard that when I was a girl. I heard that when I was a boy, and I even have teenagers that have never heard it. Actually, had one teenager who'd been dealing with addiction, and he said he listened to that song and it brought him peace. And 18 years old,
Yeah.
and that was down in Warner Robins, Georgia.
Oh, wow.
And but those songs, and then of course I sang with Gold City for so long, 12 years. Midnight Cries is requested nightly, and there's just a lot of those standards that I've sang over the last 40 years that just people come and ask for them.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I'm glad you brought that up. Obviously, those of us who grew up on this, and go, oh, that's our favorite song. But it's amazing how this younger generation, they're hearing them for the first time.
Sure,
And
they are.
and they're sitting there, they're having the same reaction we did back when we started going. And I love the fact that we grew up with it, but then we need to expose it to this next generation
Right.
so they can grow up with it.
Right.
So if we expose it to them, so I'm glad that that's continuing part of that's there. So, you said you're traveling more than ever now. So, kind of where are you at? I mean, I imagine quite a bit of different areas, but where does it take you?
Oh my goodness. Ohio, Virginia, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama. I'll be getting on a flight to France, Spain,
Wow, awesome.
England in April, and I'm doing a wonderful trip with evangelist and retired pastor from Spartanburg First Baptist, Don Wilton.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be doing France, England, and Spain. It's called the Footsteps of Faith Journey, and I'm going with Brother Don, my wife, and his wife Karen, and you can find out more about that at Templeton Tours, and that is at templetontours.com, and that is a land and sea cruise. So, like for 3 days we're in England, and then for 7 days we're on a cruise. And what we're doing was we're stopping at Normandy, but basically we'll follow the footsteps of the people who brought the Word of God to America, the churches and the Bibles and all the things. And it basically lands with the Mayflower and the Pilgrims when they came here, and we'll see the beginnings of the Word of God traveling to America.
And when will you be doing that?
That's April the 3rd through the 15th.
Is there still possibility for some people to be a part of that?
Oh,
or-
yeah. That's what I'm saying. You can go to
That's good.
templetontours.com and you can see all the, it's a custom tour.
Okay.
And they have that listed on their website. Of course, Templeton Tours, they do the singing at sea and all these wonderful, they're the leader in Christian travel.
Oh, absolutely.
And so Don Wilton, a lot of people don't know this, Don Wilton was Billy Graham's pastor for the last 25 years of his life.
Oh, yes.
And he was also one of Billy Graham's best friends. He wrote a book called Saturdays with Billy,
Wow.
and he spent just about every weekend with Dr. Graham at his home. And it's just sit and listen to the stories that he has is amazing. He's from South Africa, wonderful preacher, wonderful friend, just down-to-earth gospel preacher.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And the reason why I bring that up is that we have audience literally all over North America and England
Wow.
that listens to us. And so, definitely want to encourage you. If that's something you would love to do, definitely get
Well,
in
we'll be
contact
leaving
with
from
us.
Southampton, and we'll be flying in from America, from Charlotte and Atlanta, different areas, whatever airport you're choosing. And then we'll have the Footsteps of Faith tour with Don Wilton and myself, Jonathan Wilburn, and it will start April the 3rd and go through the 15th.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that. And I'm a big history buff, so that
Footsteps
would
of
be
Faith. Yeah,
something.
we're stopping at Normandy. And my grandfather fought in World War II at Marseille, France. And so I'm going to try my best to go to that area and see if I can find he guarded a German officer POW camp, and see if I can find that area.
Wow, family history there. So
Yes.
More than well, I appreciate that's great. I would never have known that. I'm glad you shared that with us.
Sure.
Because again, our target audience is that younger generation. We want them to see the history of our lives, where we're at, real things. These are, sometimes we hear music and we hear that, oh, those are those artists, and they
Right.
think their lives are, glamorous or whatever. But especially in the gospel, we're just real people.
Yes.
Living real lives. But the difference in our life is what God's done for us and
Absolutely.
where He's brought us. So with all that in mind, how would they get to know a little bit more about you as far as the music, where to get
Oh,
the
you can go to
music?
jonathanwilburn.com, or you can log on to my musician page at Jonathan Wilburn on Facebook, and it's the one that's got the little official blue check,
Yep, always look for that.
and that's my Facebook page. And you can log on to jonathanwilburn.com, and there you can find all my products, my T-shirts, hats, and CDs, thumb drives, etc. And I'm also very honored and proud to be a part of the Daywind Music Group. And Ben Isaacs is my producer. Of course, my executive producers, Dottie Miller, and Ed Leonard, the president of Daywind Records. I've been with them for a long, long time, and they're like our family. And so it's nothing but quality, and I enjoy working with them on a daily basis. So God's good. His favor, you can't mess with God's favor. And when He starts giving it, nothing can do anything about it. And Maurice Templeton, a dear friend of mine, some of you may know Maurice. He was one of the ones who bought the Singing News magazine and actually kept it going. And Maurice, he said, Jonathan, he said, if God is in it, nobody can stop it. And if He's not, nobody can make it go.
Wow, that's good. Wow, that's powerful.
Yes.
Well, thank you for taking a few minutes with
Thank you.
us and being a part of this. We want to partner with you to make sure we're getting the message to this next generation, because
Yes.
they do need to hear this.
Yes.
So thank you for being here.
One more thing.
Yeah.
I want to invite everybody to Gadsden, June the 6th and the 7th, 2025. We're having a Gold City gathering. And you can go to gcmaconcerts.com and get your tickets on June the 6th. On Friday night, it'll be Gold City, myself, and the Isaacs. And then on June the 7th will be Gold City, myself, the Hoppers, and the Lefevre Quartet. So we're looking for a wonderful time in Gadsden, Alabama. School will be out. Come to Gadsden. That's the beginning of the Appalachian chain. We have some beautiful campgrounds and rivers and a lot of outdoor activities, some of the best golf in the world. A lot of things to do and see around that area. So come and be with us at the Gold City Gathering. You can log on to gcmaconcerts.com.
Yeah, encourage you to go. Great area. Love that area.
Yeah.
Went through there a lot. So definitely love the area. You'll love it. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.